vlogging from the Berkeley Journalism School at the University of California, Berkeley. And it's because of the event of the book signing and launch of Comrade Sisters, Women of the Black Panther Party by Stephen Shames and Erica Huggins. Now, if you're watching this from out of America, most likely Nigeria, and the only thing you know about Black Panther is the movie in Wakanda Forever. Newsflash, Black Panther is actually a real thing. In fact, it's the Black Panther movement, the Black Panther Party, founded in 1966, just like the APC and PDP in Nigeria. And it was a political party founded back then to really talk about, emancipation of the black race, freedom of the black people, upliftment of the black people. And this book really talks about and celebrates the women. The key word here is the women who literally were the powerhouse of the Black Panther movement. For example, Erica Huggins, she is here live at the J School to talk all about her book and the contribution of black women in the Black Panther Party. So come along with me on this vlog as we enjoy.
Aneta Felix is an educator, Black Panther Party member, former political prisoner, human rights advocate, and poet.
So we're going to jump right in. You are 15 years old. It is August 1963. And against your mother's wishes, you go to the March on Washington.
All I knew is that I needed to be there, and I had no idea why. And so I went. I took 2 city buses, got there, and saw an ocean of black people and other people of color and white people. Dr. Martin Luther King spoke.
I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
And all these other people spoke. No women. And my little 15-year-old mind is going, I don't understand this. This was the seed, the budding seed of womanism in me. And then almost as soon as I had that thought, Lena Horne rushed briskly to the front podium, took a mic, and sung. I wish I could do it like she did. She was a songstress, an actress, and an activist. She sung 2 syllables, freedom. And she let each syllable linger long in the air before the next one. And then it entered our ears and entered our hearts. And as it entered my heart and sort of dropped deeper into my being, I remember this promise that I'd always had, which precipitated me going against my mother's wishes. That I wanted to serve people. And so out of the singing of the words and the landing of the words and the inspiration, a promise arose. I will serve people for the rest of my life. That's a pivotal moment in my life.
This vow to serve humanity, how does that manifest in your journey to finding the Panthers?
I had no idea that anything about history would touch my life. I just knew I wanted to serve. So I read a magazine about the Black Panther Party for self-defense, because it had that original title. And it was a picture of Huey Newton being shackled to a hospital gurney with a bullet wound in his stomach. And I said I want to be a part of it. And what made me want to be a part of it was the fact that the article said that the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense was for all poor and oppressed people. And I was so impressed that Black people for all poor and oppressed people, such a thing had never existed. Because you have a worldview and you're young and you're Black. I just sat there with no words, no way of expressing it once again. And then John Huggins walked into the student union building. I passed him the magazine. And we agreed that we would leave school and drive across the country and free Huey. So it wasn't we didn't want to be in college, but we thought, well, I thought, I can't speak for John here. I'll go back to school later. We just knew that the party was the place. We all have similar stories. Not everybody left school, but some did. But people dropped their jobs because it was a full-time endeavor. We didn't get a paycheck in the Black Panther Party. The party office was always full of people coming in and out, wanting us to help them with things because they had no one to advocate for them. But we sold newspapers, we cooked food, we spoke to elders, we spoke to children. You know, in Los Angeles, a lot of former drug dealers and people who worked the streets joined the Black Panther Party. And it was like that in various parts of the country as well. They weren't just students like myself and John at the time, but there were people that came from the communities that they served.
I am here at this event because in 1968 I attended the trial of Huey P. Newton in Alameda. I was a student, 16 years old at Berkeley High School. Many of my closest friends were early recruits to the Black Panther Party. I founded a high school underground paper, and Bobby Seale allowed me to typeset the paper upstairs at the national headquarters of the Panther Party. When Lil Bobby Hutton was killed by the Oakland police, I attended the memorial meeting at which Marlon Brando spoke. The Black Panther Party was an extremely important part of my political formation. In July of 1969, I attended the United Front Against Fascism conference, which the party had organized along with the Students for a Democratic Society. And I have known Stephen Shanes, the photographer of this new book about the women, for 50 years. And some of the women in that book were comrades and fellow high school students of mine back in the day at Berkeley High School. So I am deeply committed to the 10-point program. I cherish the memory of the party, and I am delighted to still be alive to see the baton handed to a younger generation.
How would you say America, like how far America has come in terms of like when you look back at in 1966 when the Black Panther was formed and everything you fought for that's now come to fruition in a lot of ways?
Yes.
What are your comments about that?
We've changed a lot. As a matter of fact, it's almost a whole different country. But we have the same cancer. We have the same cancer. And we're all still working on it. And it's worse. Because when you don't pay attention to a problem, it gets worse.
What's the cancer?
Racism. Okay. Racism now, but it doesn't cover race anymore. It covers classism, sexism, ageism. In other words, it's a systemic problem. It's covering everyone. Pollution, our food, our education system, K through 12, completely broken. Wow. So, there you have it.
What can we do?
What you're doing?
Apart from talk about it.
We're not talking, we're doing. We're going back into our communities, wherever they are. Yes, as you all say, you're woke. You woke. You woke. Woke means you have to take action. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you can't go back to sleep.
True. True.
Yeah. So, you know, I kind of speak a lot in different places. And people say, oh, we need the Panthers again. I said, we're all Panthers now.
Yeah.
We all know what the deal is. All of us know now.
Phase one of the NABJ event is over. It was a very private conversation with Erica Huggins. Phase two kicking in now at the Selby Hall, and the Black Panthers, the literal Black Panthers, the female Black Panthers are in there seated. Berkeley Johnson students from all across campus, Americans from everywhere, blacks, whites, Hispanic, they're all waiting for the event to begin proper for us to have conversations about race and equality in America.
Use photography to raise awareness of social issues. These photographs are in permanent collection of 40 major museums, including Museum of Modern Art. Steve is author of 15 monographs, including Power to the People, The World of the Black Panthers. With that, please give a huge round of applause for Steve Shane.
One of the things that really impressed me were the women of the Black Panther Party. They were really the soul, the heart of the party. Almost 2/3 of the members of the party were women. Women ran most programs and chapters. The Panthers were really one of the most progressive organizations at the time in terms of the role of women in their party. The Panthers ran 64 community survival programs. The Panthers were doing sickle cell testing before the government or anybody was doing it. It was really being ignored at the time, and one of the reasons it got any publicity at all, and the government did anything, was because of the Black Panther Party. In the picture on the right, that's Norma, who spoke at many of our other events, in somebody's house doing TB testing. You saw the other picture where the Panthers were on a street corner. The Panthers went out into the community, door to door. They didn't require people to come to them. They crafted their programs around the needs of the people, and that's what it really means to serve the people, body and soul. People think that revolutionaries are revolutionaries because of hate. That's not true. You can't sustain a movement on hate. Did the Panthers hate white people? Well, I don't know. Look at that picture on the right. Anybody who came into the Panther office of any gender, sexuality, religion, ethnicity, race, if they came into the Panther office, if they needed shoes, if they needed food, if they needed clothing, if they needed a hug, whatever they needed, they got it. There was no means test, no forms to fill out. Are you getting it? Yeah, exactly. 10,000 bags of groceries were given away at this program, and there was a chicken in every bag. Healthy food, healthy food. The Panthers started a school. The Panthers started a clothing program, a free shoe program. Registering people to vote. That's Afeni Shakur on the left, Tupac's mom. She was a Panther.